So, what up, guys? So, today I want to talk about why everything is harder for lonely excess men. Everything is harder, and one could think that things would be somewhat easier for those who are marginalized, for those who doesn't have what what should be what should be like something that it should be a given basically. But nobody cares, and nobody even have any form of like sympathy or empathy. They even dislike you more. Like if you're a poor, lonely, autistic, young man without a partner, without a spouse, people are gonna judge you. They're not even gonna like feel that this person is you know in need of more warmth or love or friendship or something. No, they're just gonna judge you even more based on that. I've always wondered why that's the case. It should be like people who don't have should be like should be helped and should have a voice, but no. And you can see this like everywhere. You can see this when you go to the stores where the cashier, where she like as soon as she like senses that you are lonely or that you are a loser, doesn't have like your shit together, don't have a partner, and you can see how she treats you. You can see that she'll treat you like more negatively, or she won't like even greet you or make eye contact with you. She just wants you to basically go away. And the same thing in jobs. When you search for a job, when you are in the interview, if the person that interviews you senses that you're lonely or doesn't have any a social life, doesn't like have many friends around you, or don't have a very social lives on the weekends, don't go out with friends, or doesn't have a social media profile that has a lot of followers and stuff like that, they're gonna judge you based on that, really. So you have to like appear that you're not a lonely person, that you have a social life. It's a little, it shouldn't be this way, but hey, that's how it is. And also, if you manage to finally get the job now, you still have to keep up that image that you're a sociable, that you are a positive person who has like if you're not in a relationship now, then at least you must to appear as if you are not an excess male. Basically, you must appear that you are wanted by females. That you're not lonely, or even if you want to be lonely, even if you want to, like even me, sometimes I didn't even want to have someone. I just liked my situation. But no, they're gonna judge you based on these things, and most likely they will pick up on your like body language, how you behave and how you move and how you speak, and your tone of voice, and hairstyle and everything. Your overall appearance is gonna give them signals on what kind of social or non-social person you are. It's actually, so it's a very, and you might think that people don't like look at these things, but people are very observant, and they will judge you. If you're new at a workplace, they will judge you. They will. It's like that high school never ends, and high school does never end. Really, high school never ends. It even gets worse. It just gets more under the veil, so to speak. It's like it's more down under, It's not as obvious as in high school, but if you look around, there are cliques, people are judging, there are infighting everywhere, not only in workplace, everywhere. If you have some form of like activity, if you go on a martial arts or I don't know, whatever like hobby you have, whatever thing it is that you do, you will see there are cliques, there are popular ones, there are non-popular ones, there people are judging each other. High school never ends, man. This is a myth. This is something else that they try to they try to make you believe like grown-ups are these good people. It's not like everyone is like civilized, but no, they are not civilized. So remember this, high school never ends. Always try to appear your best. Never show that you're that you're not happy with your financial situation, with your social life, and with your that you're physically healthy. All of these things, people will judge you and how you appear. This is so important. If you're an excess male, I'm gonna give you one of the best like things to have in mind when you deal with normies. Always appear good, always appear your best. Give much effort on how you look. This is so important. Everyone is saying, oh, you shouldn't care about how you look. Like a person should be judged on their inside or their capabilities or their competence and stuff like that. And there is a certain truth to that. That competence is, of course, something everyone respects, but how you appear is so much more important than people give importance to, or try to make you believe that that's not as so important, So appearance is so important. How you look is so important for the way people will treat you. And I was actually very dismissive of this. I have always been someone who, let's say, I want quality over quantity. I didn't give importance to how I looked. I gave importance to how I behaved and my competence, basically. But now I have realized that the way people will treat you is so much better when you appear and look good. So if you want to go outside and deal with normies, spend so much time before you go on how you look, what you wear, your hairstyle, your grooming. Everything must be on point. Okay? Don't give them any single opportunity to judge you, but then they will do it. People are like experts in finding things that can be attacked, and they do think like that. Normies do think always. It's like you wouldn't believe it, but they always think negatively, mostly about other people. This is why people with like Asperger, autism have a hard time dealing with like normies, because they don't understand what things that goes on in the normie mind. The normie mind is always taking things like negatively. So it's therefore you have to they're always like judgmental. So let's give an example. If let's say you say to a normie that I will okay, let's say they ask you, so what will you do in this weekend, and if you tell them that you will not do anything, they're gonna they're gonna think negatively. They're gonna think that you have no friends, you're a loser, nobody wants to be your friend, you're not popular, you you don't have friends, you don't have a social life, you know. They will not think, oh, this guy just wants to rest, just wants to recover. Maybe he had a tough week. No, they're gonna judge you. So always put so much emphasis on how you look when you're trying to deal with normies if you're an excess male.